record on this computer and then share our screen. All right, so you should be seeing this week's homework assignment, and it is on methods. Okay, the scenario on methods is this. Basically, we start breaking things down. So far, we've been putting everything in the main. Okay, it's not a good idea. Our methods should do one thing and do it well. Okay, our methods should be make it easier for us to debug our programs to make sure they're working. Method makes it easier for us to share our work with other programmers. Again, in the real world, the idea that you're going to write programs by yourself is not going to happen. Okay. You'll be assigned a portion of the program to do, and you'll build your own methods, and then you take those and pop them into the program. Or even down the road, you might write a method today, and it might not even be used yet. And then later on, somebody will say, "Hey, I need a method that does calculates the tensile strength of steel," and boom, okay, pop this in your program. That's what it does. Now, methods are also a method. I would say is kind of like a generic term, and again, it depends on who you're reading. There's other terms for a function. A function is just a method in my mind that returns a value. Okay. A function would be a method that returns a value. Like our main is a special type of method. Okay. It doesn't return a value anywhere because it's, first of all, it's a void. And methods that are void, have the data type of void, don't return anything. They do whatever they need to do themselves. They don't interact with other methods. Okay. So we've got, we're going to read about them, and then you guys only have 2 this week. Okay. We're going to work on the check password one today. The credit card one is real. You should be able to type in or find somebody with a credit card if you don't have one yet, and type their credit card number in, and it should say whether or not that credit card number, not if they're not if they're overdrawn or whatever that, but it'll tell you whether or not the number is valid. Is it a good credit card number? Okay, so that's what that program does. Let's see here. Then I introduced the idea of a menu. Okay. And this just makes, increases our user friendliness of our program. Okay. So our program could do several things if we want. Okay. And that's what happens here. So if your program does more than one thing, then you could have a menu. Some programs will have like where you run the program and there's interaction from the user. And then it might have a test mode that it just makes up the, like, let's say for the credit card one, you could have 2 different modes. One where the user types in their credit card number and it validates it. And then you might have a test mode that all it does is says, okay, this credit card number is a valid credit card number. This credit card number is invalid. Okay, those are test modes without any user interaction. So just so you know that menus, in if there's more than one thing the computer or the program's supposed to do, you should have a menu. Okay. And that's the code for the generic code for a menu. So today, though, we're going to take a look at the password checker. And in our program, the password has to have at least 8 characters. The password also must have at least one alphabetic character, a letter. The password must have at least one digit, and the password must have at least one special character. And I don't want to be limited to like, oh, it can only be I hate when programs tell me, oh, no, that's not a valid password. The only special characters you can use are an exclamation point and a pound sign or something. No. And then the program must at least have 3 methods. The basic rule is that the method. Okay. So we're going to have we're going to break it down. In other words, the program should continue to run from a menu. And that's fine. That's kind of what we have now. So that's what we're going to do, guys. It'll be fun. I'm telling you, it'll be a riot. Excuse me. I had to run out to ICC the other day to drop off a library book that I've had for a year. And it's the first time I've been there in a year. It's kind of scary. My office. I haven't been in my office in a year. All right. So we got file. We got a new project here. Come on. New project. And then the ant is still here. And we'll make it password validator. Something to that effect. Oh, let's not be slow today. Okay. So you guys are seeing this, I'm assuming. I haven't heard anything.
I see it.
All right. So it'll be project, the, oops, Acme password validator. And this will be a password validator Java, and the date today already is 3/8/2021. Oops. What was the other criteria here? This one special character. We're going to run a menu. All right. So that's the criteria. If we were really good, we would put it so it doesn't contain any word in the dictionary, too. But then we'd have a list of all the words in a dictionary.
I take it there's no Java utility that gives you all the words in the dictionary.
No, but you can buy them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can buy it. All right, so there's that. Oh, we need our infamous scanner, don't we? So import a Java dot utility dot sit and wait Doug scanner. Ah, come on. You're going to put abstract selection in there, and I got to go back and fix it. Okay. All right, and then we got that public class is fine. Yeah, you can buy word lists and stuff like that. Some are free, some aren't. What's I doing here? Oh, putting in the header, Doug. That's good. Void. This is when we start putting in more of these for every method we have. And then in the real world, you might have this information like up here for every one of your methods that we put in. Okay. Let's go ahead. I'm going to show you something here. Let's do this. Outside of our main, because I don't know where I might need the scanner here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and make it, we'll make it private. Static, or do I need it? The static? I think so. Scanner. Oh, no. Final scanner. Named, I like con, user con. How about that? User con is equal to a new scanner of the type system in. Now we can use the scanner in any one of our different methods because it's outside of this void. So it's it can be used outside of it.
What does the private mean? What does the private mean?
Private, that means it can only be used in this class. Okay. So no matter, it can't be used in another class. It can't be called from another program. Okay. So this is.
Whereas main can be?
No. Oh, yeah, it could be called from another one because it's public, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And since I did this, let's make this like that since it's a final. So it's a constant. Not going to change. All right. So we got that set up now. So then we're going to set up a do loop. Let's go here first. I'm sorry, char. Again, it's equal to a capital Y, I guess, is fine. All right. And as an example here, I think we'll do a do loop. And then we'll say, all right, so we got that. And then we'll say, you know what, I'm going to make that an N for now. and then come down here and put my while in here. Do that. Voila. And this should run already and stop, hopefully. Come on. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to change this. I don't like the name. I'm going to make it choice now. And I'm going to make this choice. Oops, sorry. And we're going to change these also to read not equal to. And then we're going to make this a capital Q. And this a Q. All right. And then we can do, I'm going to say here, switch. Oops. I think that'll work. All right. So let's go ahead and right here, we're going to say show menu. Just like that. And you're going to get a red line there, so don't worry about it. And then we're going to come down to outside of our main. This will be private, static. It's of the type char. What do you got going here? All right. The only reason you're getting an error there is because we're going to return something here eventually, okay? And it doesn't know that we're going to return anything yet. Yeah, okay. Something like that. And enter. And we might be close, we might not be. And we'll do this. So it could be as easy as this. I just wanted to make a menu for you. See what we'll go here. We'll say T test program. And then Q. And then something to that effect. Okay. And then since our scanner is can work anywhere in this program, its scope reaches inside of here. So now I can do my user, let's see here, choice, temporary char temp. Choice is equal to, yeah, we can make a choice. It don't matter. It's not the same choice, but maybe you can hope. I know we'll fix it. Answer is equal to usercon dot next. Okay, usercon dot. Isn't that what I called it?
You called it, you finalized, I made it final. So it's all caps and underscored.
Oh, there you go. User con. How's that? There we go. Next. To upper char at 0. Okay. And then right here, we'll say return answer. Oops. Okay. So now what happens here is this calls it, says, oh, I want to go to some place called show menu. Oh, look, here's some place called show menu. Do what it has in here and then come back up here. Okay. And then what we're going to have here is choice will be assigned show menu.
This
And
is
now,
probably a silly question, but it doesn't matter where we put the code for show menu at, because I would assume it would go before the static void main section.
nope,
Okay.
no, it doesn't. It goes right here.
Yeah, because you wanted to do it every time that the bloopers.
You want it, yeah, you want it to run every time you run the program. And it's going to run, so it's going to run as many times as, oh, jeez.
I think he meant like where you put all of the instructions for the function.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
that
know where,
the entire section for private static char show menu. I would assume that would go
private
before everything else.
static char show menu.
Well, then it would have to go back to read the instructions.
No, because the function happens whenever you do the function call, where the function call is what determines when it happens in the program.
Right.
All right.
So nothing happens prior to this. Then it comes down into the loop and says, okay, show this menu. Comes down here, gets the answer, comes back up here, assigns it here. Then it's going to do something here. And then if they don't type in Q, it's going to come back up here and show the menu again.
That makes more sense. All right.
So in this switch, we're going to just stub this in for now. Okay. So
Does
we're going
Java, does Java use prototyping like C++ does?
I don't know what you mean.
Do you have to prototype at the top in order for when you call it,
No,
access it, the void's not, or if the function's not at the top?
no. So this will be case, what did I make them? Case R.
Just a quick question. Will the char menu, the char show menu, it'll always go back to the switch as soon as it's done with the program? We don't have to do anything to send it back up. Does that make sense?
We do send it back up right here.
With return answer. Okay.
Yep. So whatever this does, this sends it down, then it comes back to this side of the equal sign. Whatever's here now will be assigned to choice. And so then we can use choice to run these, our different selections here. So we had run, we had test, and then we had quit. So if we do that one, excuse me. And then we have one down here. That's default. This one will say, this one will say, okay. All right. So that's that. Let's stub this in just by saying system dot out dot print line. Run is here. And then we need a break in here. Break. And then we'll put here system dot out dot print line. And that is test is here. And then we need a break here. Oops, and I need a break above, right? And a break up here. All right, this one really doesn't need a break. Let's see if this works now. Okay, so if I type an R, it says run is here. If I type a T, it says test is here. If I type the letter X, it says only R, T, and Q are valid entries. If I type a Q, program quits. I'll give you a second to get that. All right, now I'm going to stub in. Everybody with me? You have a menu that,
Mine's not running so far. I'm looking for the problem.
you want us to look at it?
If you like, one sec.
You hang on, let me share. I hate when it does this. Why can't I share? Oh, stop sharing. There we go. All right, you should be able to share. Okay, can you make it any bigger than that? Thank you. Okay. Scroll down. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Turn the answer, scroll up. Okay, do me a favor, go up to run, way up at the top in the menu. Click on run, and then do clean and build. Click. Okay, now run it. Down below, type an R. Run is here, that works. Type a T. That works. Type a Q. Okay, that works fine. What do you mean? You're missing a /N. Let me see your menu. Right? No. Up at the top, up in your, yeah, get rid of your output or whatever. Or scroll down so we can see. We can't see your, there you go. Just keep going down. All right, you're missing a /N. Where is it at? At the end of the first line, line 55. Right before the double quotes. There you go, right there. All right. So yours is running fine, Adam. So stop sharing.
Okay, thank you. I don't know what was going wrong before. What does that clean and build do? Because when I was doing it, it was just
A lot of
erroring out.
time, what happens is it gets, you press play so many times and you do stuff and mix stuff up that it gets confused. So if you just kind of clean it and rebuild it, then it, a lot of times that's just all the problem is, really. Anybody else?
Good to know. Thank
Okay. All right, so now we've got our menu working. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stub in the run. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is, let's do something like this. Let's go up here, outside of here, and we'll say string password is assigned nothing. And then here, we will say password. It'll be assigned from get password. So I can tell right here by the way I wrote this, okay, that there's going to be a function that returns a string. Okay, so down here, once again, I'm going to say string get password. Something like that. And then it'll be private static. And it'll be a string this time. Get password. Whoops. And again, it's just waiting for us to return something down there. Excuse me. Okay. And then we go back up here and we're going to check that this will work by just printing it goes down here. Prints that, gets that. And let's see if it works. All right. So if I type an R, it says password must contain data. Enter your password. And it's not going to check anything right now. But I type password, prints password, and gives me a new menu. And that's what it's supposed to do. If I type a Q, it quits. So it works. All right. So now let's trying to think here what I want to do. Should I put it here? I'm going to put it up here for now. We may have to move these. Is length. I'm going to do that. So now we're going to say is length will be equal to validate length. And to validate the length, we need to send the password down there to where it's going to be validated. And this is kind of like a pitcher and a catcher. Depending on how many I send, how many arguments I send, I have to have some place for them to go. Okay, you'll see here in a minute. So I created this one. It's called validate length. It's going to be stored in a Boolean if it passes for now. So come down here, another function. And again, I'm making more functions than I really need. But is length. And like that. And then this one will say private, static, Boolean is length. And then we can just catch it with something called user word.
Isn't it validate length?
Oh, sorry, you're right. The date length. And it'll be a Boolean. Oh, no, it won't. It'll be a string, right? String word, we'll just say, or user. It's a word. That should work. Okay. So again, what's going to happen now is up here, we got the password, and now we're going to send it down to here. So I'm sending the password to this function, goes down here, it catches it here. Now it's been declared so I can use it in here. Okay. And then I need to return whether or not it's valid or not. So all it is on this one, it's going to be simple, right? So we're going to say Boolean, let's see. Let's make it like this. Excuse me. Okay, so that's a simple one. You can run back up here and we'll go ahead and check it. See if it works. So if I come down here, all right, so I want to run the program, I type R, I'll type the password ABC. And it says it's false, that it isn't long enough. So if I come down here again, run it again, type password, and you can see it prints out true. So that seems to work. Then type Q to quit, boom. So now I got that. Okay. Okay, so okay, so we're going to go up here. All right, I'm just going to trim that down to alpha like that. And what do I call it? Validate alpha. So we go here. Oops. Oh, this was supposed to say validate here, wasn't it? That's silly. This is supposed to say validate alpha. Again, you should understand that this variable here is different than this variable here, because the scope of this variable right here only is from right here to right here. Just like this Boolean here is only good from right here to right here. It's not valid anywhere else. All right, so we'll say here, Boolean valid equals false. And then we'll say, let's see, for about count, int count is equal to 0. Count is less than user word dot length count plus plus plus. And then we want if user word is equal to character dot is alphabetic.
Shouldn't it be a double equals?
Yes, it should. Let's see, hang on. User word dot char at count. Blah, 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 char at count. Then okay, I got this wrong here. If char at, oh, here. Backspace, delete. And then in here, right in there, we need our user word dot char at count. Much, but oh, that's so beautiful. Then valid equals true. And then let's say we do that. And then if we break here, and then that one goes there, that one goes there, that one goes there. Because we don't want it to keep going back. Would it matter? Because it can never go back to, once that sets to true, does it really matter? Do I need a break in there?
I don't think so.
I don't either. Because we never say if it isn't, make it false again, right?
No.
There we go. So then we're just going to have right here, we're going to return valid. And again, have you seen this before?
Is alphabetic?
Uh-huh.
I haven't.
Well, you should have. It was on page 130 of your book. You were supposed to study it. It was in chapter 4, page 130. Okay. So this is on in chapter 4. So then we're going to go back up here. Is that alphabetic? And then this, and then we'll do this real quick. Check it. So we'll do system.out.println and is alpha. All right, so if we do, let's run it. And if I put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hit enter, I get it's true. It's 8 characters long, but there's nothing alphabetic. Let's try it again. So if I do an R here, and then I do password, oops, I should get a true, and I do. So it's 8 characters long, and it does contain a alphabetical letter. So far I've got a true. I'll scroll down here for a minute, and I will be back in. Okay. So then I'm going to jump down here. That's, and it'll be is numero. So we got is numeric there. So we're going to go up here. And we'll drop down to here. And I'm just going to go like this. And then Control C. I'm going to come down here and Control V. And this will be validate numeric. This will become validate numeric here. That is that. That is that. All that's going to change here is, again, in your book on page, what did I tell you that was? Is uppercase.
I don't see is alphabetic on 130.
Where was it? It's in one of those escape sequences. Hang on. I'll prove it to you. You go to 130, 29, because we need those. It's uppercase is digit. Page 130 is digit. I'm sorry. So let's just make it this right here. We'll just change to digit. So we could have made it validate digit, but I like numeric. It's fine. Okay. And then we can just go here. We can make this digit character, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but all right. So then we can say here, system dot out dot print line is digit. Whoop, is numeric. I like that better than digit. Okay, and then we run it again. And we type in R. And of course we do type in password. And I get a true, true, false. Okay, and I'll run it again. And now I'll type password 1 or 2. And I get a true, true, true. So it looks like it's working. Again, all it is that with the word is digit in here. Again, this is off page 130 of your book. Next one will be is special. So go to validate special password. Once again, up top here, we need a Boolean. We're going to go right down here. Control V again. This will be special here. This will be special here. My parents always told me I was special. Oh, I love when everything lines up. Okay, validate special. And then this is going to be if not character is alphabetic. Let's see here, where does that run to? And not character is, oh no, there's a, nah, never mind. Oh crap, hang on. Undo, 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 undo. Okay, so this should read, if not character is, and then there's letter or digit, I think it is. Yep. Let is not letter or digit. And that should work. We could have made these
I was just thinking we probably could have combined the digit and the alphabetic check with that then, couldn't we?
no, because you could add all letters,
Hmm.
or you could add all digit and it still would have qualified.
Ah, okay.
But don't forget your not here. We want where it's not a letter and it's not a digit, So that gives us punctuation and stuff like that. I wonder why I'm getting a, that's kind of weird. Okay, validate. I must have spelled something wrong. Validate special, is that what it, oh. Yeah, it's misspelled special. See how smart it is? There we go. So now we can come back up here and system dot out print line is special. Okay, so now if we type an R and then we type password and the character number 2, it says true, 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 false. Okay, but if I type in R and then I type password and then a 2 and an exclamation point, I get true, 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 true. And so that would be a valid valid password. So now what I'm going to do is instead of having all, so I'm just going to get rid of that one. And I'm going to get rid of this one. And I'm going to leave them in there just for your benefit. Normally I just get rid of them. And then we can do this one. And then we can say this. We're going to say display results. This is going to be a void. Notice it's not returning anything back up to here. So, but I'm going to send down the password. I'm going to send is length. I'm going to send is alpha. I'm going to send is numeric. And I'm going to send is special. Now I'm passing these if, and that's, there's a reason, because the scope of these is only good from right here down to right here, okay? So they're not good down here. If I declared them outside of the main, if I declared them up here, okay, like I did the scanner, then they would all be good anywhere in here. But but that takes up more memory. That means once I start the program, all these would be taking up memory. Okay. Right now, they're only taking up memory when I run the program, when I go through the menu. So it's a little more economic. It's not a big thing, but it also helps you to understand how to do this, how to pass arguments into functions or in the methods. So that's my big thing here. Okay. That's my big thing. So now I'm going to display, what did it say? Display results. Display results. Okay. So down here, so everything has a job. Okay. So this is a void because it's not returning anything. It's going to end right here. Or okay, so I need that. And then we're going to come down here. We're going to say private void or static void. Void display results. And then we had a string, which was user word or whatever we want to call it. We can just make it word. And then we had a Boolean for length. And then we had a Boolean for alpha. Then we had a Boolean for numeric. And we had a Boolean for special. Right? I think. Okay. So then we can say if word is equal to true. Oh, I'm sorry. If length is equal to true and alpha is equal to true and number is equal to true and special is equal to true, then enter. Then we can say system.out.print f, and we can say %s is a valid password. Or let's say that meets all criterion. Criterium, is that how you spell it?
Criteria is the plural anyway.
Huh?
Criteria is the plural anyway. Don't you want criteria?
Or, yep. There we go. And then this, about a /n there. And then we got to come over here. And then comma. And then word goes there. And then do 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 do. And then we'll do else. System.out.printf %s does not meet all criteria for a valid. Ooh, you know what we could do here? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, let's do that else. So then inside of here, we could have if let's see here. We'll do this for system.out.printf. I want it to read different. So I can put in big capital letters like that. That'll work. have to do each one of these separate. Because I don't want it to find one and then not keep going. So we're going to say this one here is and then another one. Because it might not meet several of the criteria, right? So we want to so we could have left it as just telling them it's not right, but this way it's more user friendly in that it tells them why it doesn't meet the criteria, right? Just a little bit better than if we had just left it, just printing out the, what's it called? Okay, and that is it, I think. Let's see what kind of results we get. I got this thing still running. And you should test for each case, okay? So we're going to see if we get a valid one first. So if I type in my password as password number 2 and a $sign. And it says meets all the criteria for a valid password, okay? So then I'll run another one and I'll type in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a $sign. And it says the password does not contain an alphabetic character. Invalid password. Run it again. If I type in password and a @sign, it says the password does not contain a numeric character. Okay. If I do an R here and just do password 2, it says the password does not contain a special character. If all I do, if I type an R and just type a $sign, it says the password is too short. The password does not contain an alphabetic character, and the password does not contain a numeric character. So that looks pretty good to me. And then I'm going to come down below here and just finish this up with this. No code follows. Go across. And we already got our, once they exit, it prints this, right? And that's pretty much it. Anybody need me to scroll down anywhere?
Mine is crashing on my end whenever I get the password wrong.
It's crashing, okay.
Yeah.
So let's jump to you.
Oh, never mind. I found it.
All right. Anybody else? But you see what I mean here? I could have just stopped right here, right? And just gave them a message that says, hey, that's invalid. But by just adding this little bit here, our program becomes a lot more user-friendly. Okay. So I chopped this up pretty good, right? Worst case scenario. Oh, so we could go on here. Watch this. So testing, okay. I'm going to go ahead and just grab this whole thing. I'm going to Control C it. I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to Control V it. So I put that in there. And I'm going to hard code in right here. I'm going to type in password $2. Okay. And right above that, I'm going to type this. Get rid of this extra break down here. And let's see if that works. So now if I select T, it says testing the program with the password $2, and it says password $2 meets all the criteria for a valid password. So that's my testing. Q, boom. So that's my test in there. And of course I could clean this up and just get rid of all this. I'll leave it up in the main, in the first one that actually is the user one, just so it's there for testing. But that should be good now there. So we have a testing case, we have a regular run case, we have our quit, and we got if they type anything bad in there. Save it, and I zip it, and zip it, and put it into your portfolio. And you got your first program that is chopped up into methods. And again, the purpose of methods, they're easier. Notice how we built it step by step. Okay, check to see whether it ran. Go on to the next one. It's also more reusable. We can pull any of these out. I got a menu now. I know it works. All I have to do is replace what the menus do, what the menu does. Okay. Use it over and over and over again if I want. So it's reusable, easier to debug. Okay. Those are the main things here. Any other questions?
None here.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing then, and I'll stop recording.